Hi, welcome to In the Studio with Kate. This is week 30. Wow, 30 weeks. Hard to believe that I've been doing this for 30 weeks. I know I say that a lot, but anyways, this week I thought I would do something a little bit different. I posted a picture about these paintbrushes, these Robert Simmons Titanium paintbrushes. And I got lots of questions about them and comments, so I thought I would do a little video to answer some of those questions. One of the things, first of all, I have to give credit to Connie Solera because she's the one that told me about these paintbrushes. When I took, way back when I took Big, I think, which was 4 or 5 years ago, she talked about them, and I bought maybe 3, at that time. I don't know, this one's got lots of paint on it. So I bought maybe 3 paintbrushes at that time because I had other ones, I had other ones that were big. And so I didn't want to replace them all. I wasn't, really totally sold that, they were it yet. And over the years they were recommended again. And then they came out with a short-handled version. These are the short ones, just have a short handle. Same thing, same. I don't know. I really don't even know what these are made of, but they're just a really nice paintbrush. So I bought myself a whole bunch of them. Maybe I had about this many, okay, of the short handle. And what I found was I had them in my cup by my side to use, but I also had all the old paintbrushes that I had. And it was like, these were special. They were like maybe too good to be used. It was sort of silly. I actually had to come to terms with, yes, I was, I'm trying to think what the word is. I was worthy of them. Yes, that's it. Okay, as an artist, am I worthy of having good paintbrushes? And then I remember one time Connie saying on a video that if you have good paintbrushes, you paint better. And I'm going, oh yeah, really? I really didn't believe it. I thought maybe good paintbrushes would give you just a better experience. I didn't think you'd really paint better. And so just one day I decided to give myself permission to use the good paintbrushes, and I got rid of all my old paintbrushes. Well, I didn't totally throw them out. I threw a lot of them out because they were disasters. I did end up keeping some paintbrushes to use for glue and for gel medium and stuff like that. So I don't use these paintbrushes for those items. I use old paintbrushes for that. Anyways, I actually found myself one day when I was painting, and I don't know what brush it was, whatever, but I found like, oh, this is cool. I didn't know I could do this. And it was like I was painting better. Maybe be a better painter by having better brushes. And that really came to me this was before I kind of tossed the old ones, that I was using an older paintbrush and I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. And then it, kind of hit me like the thunderbolt. Oh, that is why those other brushes are so much better, because, you have the right tools, you can get the right results. So I'm really sold on getting good equipment. I've always felt like that with paint, but I've never really thought of that in the terms of brushes. I've seen some really well-known artists online who use the crappiest brushes in the world, and you would just kind of wonder. So about that whole thing, is it really worthwhile? But my experience has been that I'm a better painter when I have better brushes. Okay, now the first thing people are going to say, oh, but they're so expensive, so expensive. And well, anything of quality is going to be a little bit more expensive than you might have purchased before. I would say, I think the most expensive paintbrush, so I have paintbrushes like these, and I have them in the short handles. And then, of course, I have the long-handled ones. I use them in different ways. There's no reason why you couldn't buy the long-handled ones and use them at your desk or whatever. I just prefer when I'm sitting down to use a shorter brush. So that's just my experience. that works for me. You know, you can find what else. Like this brush, I think was $22.95. I think that's the most expensive Robert Simmons brush I bought. So to let you know that any of the big ones going to be a little bit more money. Small ones can be like $4, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8. And the way I got this big supply of brushes was one step at a time. It took me several years to get all of these. And what I would do is a lot of times I order supplies from Dick Blick, and I have this thing, I like hate paying for shipping. So when they have those shipping deals, $35 free shipping, and I've spent 20 bucks. Then I would get a couple paintbrushes. And so I just kind of added them step by step. And then this last time I ordered, I just decided, I'm just going to go for it. And I bought a whole slew of them. I probably spent $125 on paintbrushes. Or maybe it was 100 because I got a couple other things there. But now I have them all. So if the cost is an issue for you, I just highly recommend getting one. Getting a couple and trying them out. I think they're wonderful. I think you will find that as well. The other thing that I wanted to address was, Patricia, you asked, what sizes did you get? Well, I'd have to say I worked off a list that Connie gave in she'd probably given the same list all the time. I think it was Paint Fearless Mexico. So I went and got a couple of the bigger ones that I didn't have off of that list. But I would look at first, what kind of paintbrushes do you like to use? Are you a person who likes a round brush? Or do you use a filbert more? Or do you use a flat brush more? If I was just beginning, I would look at that first. And then take a look at your paintbrushes and see what's your favorite brush. Which one do you use the most? If you found out you'll use this size the most, then this is the one I would buy. I mean, this is a number 10 round. This one is a number 14 flat. And this one, of course, is a filbert, and it's a number 12. I know when I'm looking at paintbrushes, it gets a little frustrating to figure out, well, what does the size really look like? So I'll do a few sizes here, just like this is a round number 8. This is a 6. Now, is there that much difference between those two? Wait, is that the 8? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, quite a bit difference in the size. This one is a 2. This one, I think, is either a 0. Yeah, it's a 0. You see how tiny that is. And this one's a 1. Not a little bit difference between. Okay, that's the 0. That's the 1. This filbert here is a number 6. Don't have. Oh, I think the 12. I think I just have the 6 and the 12 in filbert. Just gonna see what else I have sitting over here to share. This is a number 10 flat. This is a 6, a 4. I tipped 2 4s for some reason. Yes, I've bought the same print brush more than once. This is an 8, and that one's an 8. And this one is a 2. Of course, those are the long. The short, these were quite pricey. I don't remember how much they were, but they were in the $20-some range. And they're called flat glaze, I believe. And they're just for bigger areas compared to there. So I've got these 3. And so like this one, because these come in different sizes. Like this is a 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and then this is a 3/4 inch. The smaller brushes tend to have different names than the bigger brushes, which, I mean, you don't see flat glaze in the bigger brushes, what I'm trying to get at. This one is a number 12 round, short handle. So if you're buying from Dick Blick, make sure you get the right handle, because that makes a big difference. So you know what you're ordering. This is a 16. And these are Like that's a number 12 shader. And then this one is a 1/2 inch flat glaze. So it goes with that other group I showed you. Let's see, this one is a number 12 filbert. And the filberts go down to really tiny sizes. What is this one? This is a 4. This is a 6 round. This one is an 8. So there you can see the difference between the 6 and the 8. So, and kind of what I did when I bought my brushes is just pick some, that one's a 5. I have a 2 and a, that's a number 6 filbert, and then that's a 2 flat and a number 5 round. Sometimes it helps to see them together. You know, some of these are pretty similar. Like, did I need all of those? Maybe not, but I like having lots of paintbrushes. So that's kind of like my somewhat little tutorial about Robert Simmons brushes. So not to say that you have to get that particular brush. It's the brush that I like, and it's not overly expensive. You can get a lot more expensive brushes than these. But if you just get 1 or 2 at a time, try them out, see if you like them. Treat yourself to some good equipment. I highly recommend that for all artists. That, you know, it's just kind of like the same thing with cooking. You know, if you use good ingredients, you're going to come out with a good product. So that holds with art as well. And if you have any questions about anything about these brushes, I'd be happy to answer them. You can either email me or comment on the video, and I will try to answer that question. I have no affiliation with Dick Blick, no affiliation with Robert Simmons. This is just what I like. So I wanted to share that with you today. That's all I'm going to cover today. And if, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. If you're doing something fun in your studio, let me know. But till next week, let's keep on painting.